So now moving on to our next topic, which is the use of web analytics in a bit detail. So before this topic, we have already discussed what is web analytics, what are the categories of web analytics, its importance, what are the terms which are used in web analytics, and we have touched the topic the use of web analytics. So now we'll just wrap up this web analytics general topic and we'll move on to Google Analytics. But just before moving on to the Google Analytics, we'll just quickly discuss few basic pointers about web analytics. A few things might be in a bit detailed version, but they are very important for everyone to know. So we'll just start with the top four reasons that why web analytics is important for your business. So I'm just reiterating this point in different ways, hence so that the people who are using web analytics should be aware of each and important aspect of web analytics from all the 360-degree point of view. So the top four reasons web analytics important is for our business is the first is learn who your website attracts and where they come from. Again, who is my audience and what are the sources of my audience? Knowing who visits our website and where they come from helps us better understand different user personas. Web analytics help us understand more about demographics, goals, and behavior. So you can tailor your website's content and product offerings to their specific needs. You can also identify channels drive the most traffic and conversions to your website and how to improve their performance. Second is understand how users interact with your website. Knowing how users navigate your website, like what pages they visit, how long they spend on each page, helps you understand what they are looking for and what they value. This web analytics data gives you users what they need to perform a desired action on your site. It also helps you create content strategies and campaigns that resonate with your audience. Basically, content creation and strategizing is the main thing, which is focused here. Identify the pages that drive the most traffic on your website. We should know our content if there are 10 pages, 5 pages are very important and attractive. Users are landing on that page, but 5 pages are not that much appealing. Hence, we need to work on those pages as well if we want to drive business from those pages. So knowing what pages drive the most traffic on your website helps you understand users' preferences so you can make informed decisions about your website and marketing efforts. Then you can use these learnings to improve your content strategy, conversion rate, and user engagement. We also see how many users website converts. Basically, sales is our target. So visits, how many visits are getting into converted into the final conversions. So web analytics also helps with conversion rate optimization, as I've discussed earlier, CRO, increasing the percentage of visitors who become subscribers or paying customers. Knowing your conversion rate lets you determine how effectively your website's content drives visitors to take desired actions, whether that sales or leads. By monitoring your conversion rate, you also see where users drop off in the marketing funnel, which helps you make changes to improve the user experience and increase conversion. So for example, if I take about software as a service company. So suppose there's a company who deals with SaaS, software as a service. So company wants to increase the number of users signing up for its software. They can see how many visitors sign up for a free trial or purchase a subscription by using web analytics to track the conversion rate and how many users drop off. So earlier we have taken the example of a retailer. I've also discussed the example of online food delivery. Now I'm taking an example from IT. After this, we are finally will take an example of detailed Google Analytics example. We'll take it from an online platform who is engaged in the healthcare services. So I'm trying to take different examples so that we get a bird's eye view of what's happening with the web analytics, what can be the uses, so that there is awareness can be created properly. So just continuing this example of software as a service company. So they want to see, they can see how many visitors sign up for a free trial or purchase a subscription by using web analytics to track the conversion rate and how many users drop off. The software as a service company can then make changes as simplifying the sign up process or providing more information about the tool to increase its customer base and revenue. Now that we know how web analytics benefits you, I'll quickly wrap up the three types of web analytics metrics to track. So we have already discussed few metrics in our earlier slides. So there are three type of main web analytics metrics if we are trying to categorize them. So basically, traditional web analytics help us understand who visits our website and how they interact with its content. There are different tools for you for doing this analytics. So the first is acquisition related metrics. So acquisition related metrics measure how you how you get website visitors. You understand who your website visitors are and how they landed on your website. So the users sessions, these metrics, users, new users and sessions, these are from for the acquisition related metrics. I'll just quickly go back to my earlier slide. So users basically are visitors who initiated at least one session during a selected date range. This metrics help us measure the audience size and determine if you are reaching the right people or not. So yes, so this is the new visitors and users thing. Sessions, the first one is all users interactions within a specified time frame. This metrics help us understand what users do when they are on your website. So this is the general metrics which I have displayed here, but we can categorize it also. It depends on just person to person. New users will be the number of unique visitors. So monthly unique visitors can be changed with the new visitors. We can, these are both, we can reciprocate them. This metric help us determine if you are attracting new traffic or not, people visiting your site for the first time. So this will be the metric which is related to the acquisition. Now, behavior related metrics. So behavior related metrics measure how people behave when they land on your website. They help you understand user behavior patterns such as your most popular pages, how long users stay on a page, and what actions they take on the website. So basically bounce rate, exit rate, session duration, they comes under this behavior related metrics. So bounce rate that is displayed there, this tracks activity when a user visits a website page and then leaves without making another request. So for example, if a user finds one of your blogs, so I will take some blogging platform website. So there is a blog which is posted and maybe related to some healthcare article. So if a user finds one of your blog posts through a search and reads it without clicking on any internal links or interacting in any other meaningful way before leaving, then we'll take it as a bounce rate. So suppose there is a blog and if there are some links embedded in it, or if there is some advertisement maybe there which can lead to that user to some other page, or if there is any thing which is there. So if the person is not doing anything, just coming, touching and leaving without making any mark, then it will be the it will come under the bounce rate. Now I'll talk about the exit rate. So how often a user has left your website from a single page? When you know which pages visitors are exiting the most and at what percentage, that is the exit rate. You can determine which pages you can need to improve. Pages per session, the average number of pages user view on your website. This is average page views per session. So the average number of pages users view on your website during a session, this metric lets you determine how engaged visitors are on your website. For example, a high value shows that visitors actively explore and discover helpful information on your website. Next will be session duration. So the average time a user spends on a website in a single session. A long session duration may indicate that visitors find the website's content relevant and engaging, while a short duration may indicate that the website fails to meet the needs or expectation. The content is not that engaging so that a user is there for a long period of time doing some actions, so that the click rate is increasing, hits are increasing. If nothing is doing the getting there, hence it will reflect the bounce rate. So the customer, the visitor is coming, just seeing for a second or something and that's leaving, then it will go to the bounce rate. The third type of metrics is conversion related metrics. So now we have discussed like two type of things, like acquisition related metrics, behavior related metrics. The third will be the conversion related metrics. So conversion related metrics measure how many people take a desired action after landing on your website, revealing how many users convert and how much revenue you get. Ultimately, from the very start, I am just emphasizing on one point, that our ultimate goal is revenue generation and ultimately leading to profit. So conversion related metrics is the very basic as well as one of the most important thing which we have to take care here. So these metrics includes e-commerce conversion rate, transactions, revenue, the person. So I'll go in detail. E-commerce conversion rate gives us the percentage of visitors who complete a purchase on the site. This metric help us see how effectively our website converts visitors into paying customers. The second one will be transactions. This metric provides insights into the number of customer purchases, the average value of transactions, and the total revenue we generate from the sales. Third one will be revenue. So the amount of money we generate from the transactions on our website. This metric tracks the return on investment for our marketing campaigns and advertising efforts. So to show how a website performs, web analytics tools track quantitative data, every page view, bounce, drop off, conversion, traffic source, and country of origin or geography. However, while web analytics show us what's going on our website, it doesn't tell us why. So many times we combine web analytics with behavior analytics and product experience insight software to get a complete picture of what users and customers want from a pages and products, where they get confused and where they focus their attention. So now we have to ask questions. So using questions in web analytics is very essential. So this is a very basic fundamental thing, that if we ask questions, more and more questions, then only we'll get more knowledge and answers, that what's happening, why it is important, why it's happening. So using questions in web analytics is also very essential. Without questions, analytics are effectively a feature that is nice to have, but you don't necessarily use. They end up being as reliable as the questions you ask. So make sure you ask the right questions and take appropriate action based on your findings. So now suppose I'm designing a website. I've already designed a website. My platform is live. I've embedded Google Analytics, suppose. So now to increase my business, what will I do? I'll try to ask questions. So I'll try to identify the sources they are coming, like we have discussed earlier, what pages they are landing, what is the average time duration there, which they are staying, which content they are more inclined towards, and which content they are just not getting into it and getting into. So what keywords are people actually using? I need to find out the keywords. How do people find the site? Sources. Where do people go next when they are on the site? I need to identify the path. What are the biggest entry points? Are they landing on the home page? Maybe they are just going to the product page. What are the entry points? What sort of content performs the best? 10 pages I have in my website. Five are have a very great views, but five are just ignored. So I should know which sort of content performs the best. What content is not performing as well. If we have email marketing in place, how many people are reading the emails? What links in the mails are performing the best? Are there any trends or patterns in most popular links that we should be aware of? What we can improve as a result of these questions? So considering what questions to ask and what problems we want to overcome will help us to figure out the steps we should take to improve our site SEO, search engine optimization, and creating a great online content to improve our analytics, and as a result, the success of our business. I have already discussed the data and metrics. So the again web analytics metrics like total unique site visits. These are some of the common traffic origin, click-through rate, the total number of impressions, total number of likes, number of retweets. These are some more analytic metrics which these are not listed here, but these are very common things, that what are the number of impressions. So basically each metric is related to a specific thing. So suppose social media analytic metrics is total number of impressions, total number of likes, total number of retweets and shares. So basically it depends on what type of marketing I am doing, what is my end goal. So according to that, I will identify the metrics which I am interested in, and ultimately we'll work on those metrics. It's not that the same metric is related for each and every website. It's so nothing is universal here. So basically everything depends. And now to answer the depends, we need to ask the questions. So some email marketing metrics like total number of recipients, open rate, click-through rate. So this is by no means is an exhaustive list of metrics. However, many companies have their own metrics structured to particular funnels so that their analytics include all the metrics they need to track. So as I discussed, it depends on my criteria. It depends on my business goal. So what about different type of user data? So uh, in the early stages of web analytics, it may end up being more than you need, but down the line, this type of data forms the basis of segmentation. This can help us to improve our interface for different devices or an A/B test, which we have discussed. If we are using a robust platform, we should be able to access the following sets of user data. So referral sources, device used to visit our site, the operating system, where the users are located in the world, the geographies, the language the browsers are in. Basically, it will help us to identify the geographies. Key performance indicators. So we have mentioned KPIs or key performance indicators a couple of times before also. So KPIs are metrics, but not in the traditional sense. So KPIs basically are metrics that tell us how well we are doing in relation to our objectives. And objectives are essential to KPIs, which makes KPIs unique to every company. So everything depends on your final business goal. Everything will be dependent on what you desire. So if you don't have your business objectives and goals clearly defined, you won't know what your KPIs are. So you may struggle to measure the organizational targets and calculate processes. When trying to spot and apply KPIs, you should consider the acronym SMART. So you can just write it down. I haven't mentioned it in my slides, but SMART is a very important acronym. So SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. I'll just repeat once again. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. The following are areas where you can identify the KPI. So setting objectives and performance requirements, measuring the results, comparing these measurements with our set objectives and goals, modification of processes to achieve short-term goals. We have already discussed the importance of web analytics. We have discussed it many times. So it's and even so we have already discussed this quite a lot of times. I won't go into it again. We have discussed the web analytic tools. So Google Analytics, Adobe Analytics, Kissmetrics, these are few tools which are used for web analytics. So with web analytics, we see a clean set of events like someone visited the homepage, clicked on a button, visited a pricing page, and then we get information how much time they spent on a page. But the problem is what happened in between those things and what happened when they got there. So maybe the time on the page is high because many people are scrolling down and they are lost and can't find something. Maybe they got to the page by mistake and now they are stuck. Looking at what happens between those events is where it becomes really interesting. That's where we get to know. So the three ways to pair web analytics with behavior analytics is we can use heat maps to identify page elements that influence the conversions. So I'll just quickly help you out with this topic. And finally, while discussing the live example, we'll go in detail. So we can identify page elements that influence conversions. So heat maps are a powerful tool to understand what users do on individual pages on our website, allowing us to visualize and understand complex data at a glance. Insights from heat maps help you identify which buttons CTAs receive the most and least interactions, and whether or not users scroll to the bottom of the page. So you can increase the likelihood of people using the site more often, staying longer, and your most important pages and making purchases. User session recordings to see our website through user sites. So session recordings capture the replay of users journey across your website and observe how people move around. So basically we'll see the journey, the path they are following, and what click on or ignore while browsing, and whether they encounter any issues or obstacles along the way. So we can collect data and feedback to improve our conversion data. So collecting feedback, whether it's through interviews or on a page visit or surveys, eliminates guesswork and provides you with key insights from your users. You can inquire directly with them about which aspects of your site they enjoy and which they like to see improved. So this can be one thing. So we can combine web and behavior analytics to watch conversions to just increase. So any which ways, web analytics itself might not answer all your queries, but it can definitely answer the questions if it is combined with behavior analytics, and usage of correct matrices is always important. So web analytics is used to understand the channels users come through the website. It helps us to figure out the following: collect setting business goals, collecting, reporting, and analyzing data, developing business strategy, strengthening search engine optimization, establish the KPIs, which I have reiterated again and again, maybe a thousand times in this course. So this is the use of web analytics. Um, we'll just quickly discuss web analytics best practices. So we have to pick the matrices that align with our business objectives. We use data to drive decision making. We can't limit our focus to just traffic. We have to always pair data with the insights. We just need to look at our data in context, share and ask feedback from stakeholders, users. Web analytics tool like Google Analytics, Crazy Egg, Kissmetrics, Adobe Analytics are few of the tools which are used for the analysis purpose. Finally, moving on to our next topic, which is strategies to leverage web analytics. So understanding user behavior, improving the conversion rate, personalization and targeting, optimization of content, monitoring the website performance, A/B testing and experimentation. So leveraging web analytics for success. So when we use utilize this effectively, web analytics can provide numerous benefits to organizations. Here are some of the key strategies which I have displayed in my PPT to achieve success. So first is understanding user behavior. So web analytics offers insights into interactions. So user interactions, preferences, and navigation patterns. So I need to find out the insights that how my user is basically interacting with me, what that particular user is preferring, what pages, what content they are in more inclined towards, and what is the navigation pattern, means what is the journey path. So by comprehending user behavior, organizations can identify areas for improvement, optimize user experience, and enhance website usability. The second is improving the conversion rate. So analyzing conversion metrics helps identify bottlenecks in the conversion process and enables data-driven improvements. So by monitoring and optimizing key metrics such as click-through rates, bounce rates, and abandonment main rates, organization can optimize landing pages, calls to action, CTA, and checkout processes to drive a higher conversion rates. So we have to improve our conversion rate. So basically 10 users coming to my website, 9 are just going off, one is getting converted. This is not a good conversion rate. So we need to improve our conversion rate. So personalization and targeting is my third point. So web analytics aids in understanding the target audience by enabling segmentation based on demographics, behavior, or interest. So this is segmentation, targeting, and positioning. We have heard in marketing this concept STP, which is segmentation, targeting, and positioning. So we segment our users, then we target, and then we position our product accordingly. So this is something same. So segmentation can be based on demographics, behaviors, interests. So this segmentation allows organizations to deliver personalized content and offers. So suppose my traffic is highly coming from the US area. So my targeting and positioning or my marketing activities can be in English language, which I've discussed earlier, or it can be from Germany. So German language will be there. So basically, I'm trying to engage maximum amount of audience. So a German advertisement in India won't work because here I don't know how many people will be even touched to the German language. So this really won't work. So ultimately, I need to segment my audience well according maybe as per the demographics or behavior or interest, whatever works, or what is my uh, company's methodology or psychology, that how I'm going to segment my audience. So this segmentation allows organizations to deliver personalized content and offers, thereby creating more tailored and engaging experience for users. The fourth one is content optimization. So data analysis in web analytics guides content creation and optimization strategies. So by examining popular pages, search terms, and engagement metrics, organizations can create high quality content that resonates with their audience. Additionally, analyzing user engagement metrics such as time on page and depth can provide insights into content performance and areas of improvement. The next one is A/B testing and experimentation. I just missed one. So one is first, it's monitoring and website performance. So web analytics provides valuable information on website speed, error rates, and performance issues. So by monitoring these metrics, organizations can identify and resolve issues that may impact user experience and search engine rankings. Optimizing website performance enhances user satisfaction also, which increases conversions and finally improves the search engine visibility. The last one is A/B testing experimentation. So web analytics facilitates A/B testing and experimentation by providing insights into user behavior and performance metrics. By testing different elements of pages, calls to action, or campaigns, organizations can make data-driven decisions and optimize for better results. Regular testing allows for continuous improvement of strategies and enhances overall website performance. So this is leveraging web analytics for success. So if it is utilized effectively, web analytics will be able to provide numerous benefits to the organizations. But ultimately, the main thumb rule is we need to ask questions. We need to have clear organizational goal. Why are we going for web analytics? What is our target? Is our target revenue generation, or we are targeting awareness creation? We need to identify correct metrics which needs to be monitored. We have to find proper data. We have to report that data. We have to find out the uh, uh, gaps which are there in our data, because it is not the just getting data doesn't uh, help us reach our final goal. Hence behavioral analytics also is required. So we have to make the combination which works for us. So now after this topic, we'll move on to the tool which we are going to discuss in today in this lecture in detail. So we are just approaching near to the end of this presentation series. So we'll discuss Google Analytics in detail because it is the most common analytical tool. It's free, of course. It's very reliable also. So we'll just quickly start this. So introduction to Google Analytics. So it is free analytical tool that provides in-depth look into one's website, that facilitates key decision making and market strategy for business growth. It provides key indicators and metrics which is studied and explored correctly and can play a vital role in strategy formulations. GA4 is the latest version of Google Analytics. We'll discuss this GA4 in detail. So first we'll discuss a bit basic about Google Analytics benefits and how it works. So website owners basically rely on a large volumes of data to determine how to best serve the users. Now, Google Analytics is one such tool that one can use to help guide business decision. As a web analytics service, Google Analytics provides the basic analytical tools which are necessary for search engine optimization, SEO, and generating statistics that for marketing purposes. Now we'll see how it works and what are the benefits it offers. So what is Google Analytics? It is a data collecting software tool for websites that help developers and businesses analyze various metrics such as web traffic and its sources, visitor behavior, visitor demographics, and e-commerce statistics. Now, web analytics, which we have discussed in the previous slides, is sort of replica of Google Analytics, or I can say Google Analytics is the replica of web analytics. But just there is a one difference, that Google Analytics is a tool. So basically, web analytics is a theory and Google Analytics is a tool for the practical implication. So as I have mentioned, that it is a data collecting software tool for websites that helps developers and businesses analyze various metrics such as web traffic and its sources, visitor behavior, visitor demographics, and e-commerce statistics. It also helps users check whether their marketing campaigns are running successfully or not, and whether they are able to reach their business goals or not. These metrics are often part of a business digital marketing strategy. Due to its effectiveness and ease of integration with other Google products, it is the most popular web analytics service in the market, which I've already discussed. It is also possible to use this tool with most web design platforms. Getting started with Google Analytics is as simple as placing the JavaScript code in the header of our website, followed by viewing and downloading your available metrics and reports. Small or medium-sized businesses generally use the standard version of Google Analytics, which is currently free, while larger businesses use Google Analytics 360, which has additional paid enterprise level features. So basically, this is a the basic version is sufficient for the analysis purpose. Now we'll discuss how Google Analytics work. So these are the purpose companies use Google Analytics. So benchmarking, visitor data, compatibility, marketing optimization, content optimization, performance management, setting goals. So we have discussed everything in our web analytics slides. So I'll just quickly go through the Google and how does Google Analytics work. And finally, we'll move on to wrap up this presentation series by taking a detailed example where we'll try to implement what we have theory which we have discussed till now. So the first step to use Google Analytics is to generate a tracking code. So this is a bit tricky. I'll basically not cover how we are going to use this how we are going to use Google Analytics in our code and how we are going to establish the platform. We'll just discuss the basics of Google Analytics, and finally we'll go on to the live example where we'll discuss how it actually works. Basically, the main importance of this video is not to go into the intricacies much, but just to give you a proper 360-degree view of web analytics and how the things actually work in the real life or in the organizations. Like you can just find insights and you can just help with the uh, organization decisions. But we won't go into the coding and that thing, but just giving you a gist. So the first step to use Google Analytics is to generate a tracking code in to install on your website. So we basically generate a tracking code to install on our website. Information and metrics may not be visible to the end user, but the tracking code can gather data by depositing a cookie in their browser through page tags. It then sends the information it collects to one of Google many's data collection servers. The system can generate custom reports to track and visualize various types of data, such as number of visitors, the average duration of sessions, number of page views, goal realization, and bounce rate. So due to Google Analytics reliance on cookies, it cannot collect data from users who disable this using the system setting. So these are the primary features that Google Analytics offer. So basically, initial overview will be like users, number of unique visitors to your website with a customizable time frame, active users, number of users who are currently viewing your website, total number of pages the users view within a particular time period, sessions, number of interactions a viewer makes with our website by clicking a page, making a purchase, or downloading a file within a certain time period. Number of new sessions, bounce rate, conversion, session duration, location, sessions by device, a ranked graph of the devices that users rely on to visit your site. Are the users coming through using a laptop or a mobile device? Mobile can be Android based or iOS based. So it depends. So we'll get all this data from using Google Analytics. Users by the time of day, a specific day or time which we are getting more traffic. So you name a data and Google Analytics has the answer for you. It's just that you need to properly analyze that data, find out the correct insights, and align it to your organizational decision. Now, using Google Analytics it is important to understand the difference between metrics and dimensions in reports to interpret data accurately. So dimensions are different from above mentioned, which the mention metrics which I have mentioned above, in the sense that they are qualitative labels or attributes that help describe and organize the data we collect. For example, if the percentage of new sessions is being measured across different age groups, then percentage of new sessions is the metric and the dimension is the age group. So we need to understand the thin line between dimensions and metrics. Few dimensions are browser type, region, device, age group, language. Now, the reports section of Google Analytics basically displays 5 categories. One is real time, audience, acquisition, behavior, conversion. So we'll see what reports are there in the while we'll discuss the the example. So basically, there are 5 type of reports. One is real time report. This report gives us the same data as active users in the overview. This is the number of visitors at the moment we are who are viewing the report. It also aggregates location, pages, page views per minute, maybe traffic sources, content, conversions, and events to visualize an impact of something like a recent sale of product launch. Audience report is this report breaks into viewers, stats into finer details using metrics such as demographic, geographic, location, etc. Acquisition report shows visitors find our website, including referrals, ad clicks, search queries, social media linking, and specific campaigns. It includes organic search, paid search, and results from social media. There is behavior report, which shows how users interact with the pages on a website through total page views, unique page views, etc. Finally, there will be conversion report, which shows us the such as making a what shows us the number of times a user completes an action, such as making a purchase, signing up an email, etc. So Google Analytics is highly beneficial and extremely effective in its functions. Maybe there will be a few flaws in this. If a user so suppose someone if a user has blocked cookies in a certain browser, then the data generated can be incorrect. um, it measures and optimizes website performance effectively. So it also helps us improve the search engine SERP placement, search engine results page placement. So this is basic about Google Analytics. Now we'll go to the what is GA4. So as mentioned, so GA4 is the latest version of Google Analytics. It is slightly different interface and the reports, tools, and features have been upgraded in this. So if we go to the Google Analytics after October 2020, then we'll likely have GA4 only. So to set up Google Analytics, as I discussed, so we need to create a Google Analytics account. Add the name, URL, and industry of the website we want to track. Add a view to your property, adding your tracking code directly into the head tag of your site, and visit a GA portal and verify the code is working. So this is a basic steps of how to start with the Google Analytics, but I won't go in detail in the coding thing. We'll just discuss some basics of Google Analytics. So we'll go to the GA4 hierarchy. So GA4 basically uh, uses data stream. So I'll just I'll tell you this. So first is organization. The organization for Google hierarchy, organization is the highest level. It represents a company. So for example, our organization is Uplatz. So one organization can encompass multiple Google Analytics account. for organizations are basically recommended for large businesses, but it is not mandatory. Accounts are these are not optional. Using Google Analytics require at least one account. Account doesn't mean user account. I mean, I log into the Uplatz Google Analytics account using my Google email ID. Then the Uplatz head of technical SEO can also log into the same account using the Google email ID. Our historical optimization specialist can also log into the same account using the Google email ID. Important details, we can assign one property to each account and multiple properties to one account. Every account can hold up to 50 properties. We can give user permissions for an entire analytics account if a property is in an account or a view in a property. So property basically is a website or app. So each property can support up to 25 views. So under organization, there are accounts. Under accounts, there are properties. Properties, we have views. So this is the hierarchy. So our data stream is the final stage. So our data stream in GA4 is a flow of data that gives us more insights into how our site is performing across different operating systems. So we have some preset data systems like in web, iOS, and Android, and we can choose to create a custom data stream also. Matrices and dimensions are already we have already discussed. So dimensions can be browser, location, landing page, device, customize, customer type, whereas metric will be quantitative, means session, page views, conversions, bounce rate, session duration, etc. So this was the basic of Google Analytics. Now we'll move to the live example where we'll see how Google Analytics actually works. So we'll discuss that example after this.